Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Meta News Business. I'm your host, El Blanco, reporting for the Meta News Blanco's business segment, providing Horizon World members with unique information for incorporating a business. Today is August the 1st, 2022, and today's topic is going to be the executive summary. Okay, so last week I let the listeners know that if they wanted to get a template that I'm reading from, which is a small template, like a template business plan template, you can follow with me, or you can ask for it by sending a request to Instagram at T42TF, and you can get a copy, and you can follow along each week as we go forward. Okay, so what we're gonna do today, we're talking about the executive summary, and the executive summary is something like it's like the most important part of your business plan. It's the part that it got to draw in the readers, because the readers are going to be people like your investors. You're going to be your probably bankers or anyone else that's interested, maybe even partnering with you. They'll need to read your executive summary, and it's going to provide them with information that should get them excited about the potential of your venture. Okay, and your readers should be interested enough to learn more about your product and services, and they'll learn more about your marketing plan, and especially your financial projections. So you got the key sections of the executive summary that you should be getting yourself familiar with. These key sections will always be most important, because the investors or the bankers or potential partners, they want to know about your objective. They want to know who's your target market. They're gonna want to know about your company's products and services, and they definitely need to know what's your business marketing plan. And then they also need to know about your competitive analysis, and they need to know how you plan on funding and doing your budget allocation, because you're going to have operations that you're going to have to focus on, for the first year, or the first 3 years, or in some cases, first 5 years. So when we start looking at these things individually, let's go look at the objective, right? When they want to know what your business objective is, right? So, the business objective is when you provide an overview of the main business objective, which is the idea for your company. And you're going to use like 2 or 3 brief sentences to do so. It's almost like an elevator pitch. Um, and then the second part of it, the product and services, you're basically going to summarize the problem that you will be solving for the consumers. So most businesses, they really should be trying to solve a problem or bring something to the market, or that's why one of the main things you hear from certain people is they say find a niche, and your niche is something that may not be provided on a regular basis, or it may not be accessible to the main parts of the market, or it's a small segment of the market which is not being serviced. So you want to solve the problem by meeting a need for the consumers. And then your target market, it's just going to talk about your ideal customers and the market segments that you're going after. Once again, that's like a niche market. If you're going after a particular group, which could be it could be a small group, and a small group could be as many as 3 million. According to depending on which market you're dealing with. And then also there's the competitive analysis. They want to know, what do your competition currently look like, because you're gonna have to weigh your entry into this particular industry based on what kind of competitors you have, what kind of power do they have, what type of influence that they have, or do they have government backing, do they have lobbyists, all those type things that you would want to know, so that you can make a good assessment of why you're coming into business, and why you would succeed. Then there's the marketing plan. They want to know if you have a high level marketing strategy, because marketing is almost everything. And they want to know, what channels are you going to use to market. So We have many channels starting to develop here in Horizon World. You have people starting, virtual assistant companies, and they're setting up small companies like MF Sun. He has a good concept where he's going to employ people or get people employed inside the metaverse. And you just have a lot of people like Super, which is already doing his thing. And Last Girl on Earth, I saw some marketing on her behalf that she was doing over at Meta Talks Live. So these things are picking up. So people will need to know, what is your marketing strategy. So sometimes you have to go to professionals or get some consultants to help you do that. But that's going to be one of the main things that they're gonna need to know. Then also, you're gonna this executive summary will have an overview of your sales plan, if it's relevant. Typically, what I let people know when I consult with people here in Horizon, I let them know that you have millions of people coming to Horizon in the future, so you need to have something that's going to be sellable, whether it's a service or a product or an experience. And with millions of people coming, it should be pretty simple to come up with a sales plan. So then next in the executive summary, you should have forecast, and it's like, how much do you plan to sell, or how much service can you provide during the year? They're gonna want to know, what are your long-term goals? The short-term goals, yes, but mainly the long-term goals, because typically when you're seeking financing and you're seeking to interest investors in working with you, they look at the long term, because once you start dealing with financial instruments, you'll find that financial instruments could be negotiable from anywhere from 5 to 40 years, and in some cases 100 years. And then the next big part of the executive summary is the financing. So you want to have a brief summary on how much you're seeking to get to finance your operations, and you need to get a good grasp on what type of financing will be available and that you are considering. And this is where I will come in. When I bring this information to you, we will tell you what type of financing that's going to be available, in the type of financing you should be considering. So we're going to help you with that. Then there's the budget allocation. So you're going to have certain budget requirements, and you're going to list them all in your budget allocation. And that's when you start learning things about accountable plans, which is very important to the business owner or the business executives. Then we're talking about an executive summary. They're gonna want to know about staffing and hiring. That depends on if you're gonna hire employees, and if you're gonna have employees, you have a lot of other things to consider, and that right there will become very significant in other information being interjected in the other segments. But if you're not, typically, we suggest having independent contractors, and there's a reason for that. But just in case, you have to list that in your executive summary. And okay, so next we have the locations, right? Typically, they want to know a company's physical location and the facility needs. Like, what type of needs will you need to build in your facility, or your facility will accommodate. And things are changing now as we're moving further and further into virtual spaces. But right now, a business plan still looks for a company's physical location. That's still one of the I guess they call it one of them building points to your plan that even the banks want to see. And then there's the technology and equipment. You want to let them know that you are up to date on important technology, and you're gonna have to price that, and price the service, whether you're gonna be using hardware, software, or using the cloud. Um, Most companies are customer relationship management systems. Whenever you see the term, or the acronym CRM, that's what they're talking about. Then you have email marketing tools, or maybe construction equipment. Anything that you need in the technology and equipment section, you have to list it all, because that's going to be a major part of your budget. And then you have what they call the key performance indicators, and they want to know, what key metrics will you use to measure your success and your business performance. Now, all of these things are not may not be as familiar as they need to be to you. But like I said, you can request this a copy of this template that I'm reading from, and it's the exact template that I'm gonna give. Well, this one and another one that I'll be giving out in the near future. But you can request it early to those who are gonna be seeking to build their company and get their corporation together. And these terms you'll learn, you'll get understanding for them, and you'll get a lot of education, and then you'll be ready. You'll be ready for the world. So that ends the segment for the executive summary this week. And I want to thank you for making Meta News your choice for business news and horizon. And you need to tune in every Monday and follow us to be informed about what you need to know about incorporating your business and getting your ideas together and progressing with us in preparation for getting your corporation up and running. Thank you.